Let's get ready to roll.
For a track situated around the very place where the Miami Dolphins play, we're about to find out who will make a splash in the Miami Grand Prix Marbula One style. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. There is the track. 11 laps across 18 turns per lap, with an average lap time just under 31 seconds. You see this marble version of the Miami International Autodrome. We've got a great race in store for you today. We can just feel it. Boats packed into the faux marina, and let's take a look at our starting grid. Beginning at the back, it is Yuki Tsunoda and Alex Albon. Tsunoda 7th last year, Albon 18th. Max Verstappen in a shock Q1 exit, down in 18th. Kimi Antonelli, the pole sitter for the actual sprint, is starting in 17th. 16th, Lando Norris next to Isaac Ajar. Pierre Gasly starting next to Lewis Hamilton. Esteban Ocon in the Haas, celebrating one of their home races. Oscar Piastri in the McLaren, neither of which made it into the top 10. Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. The Sauber of Nico Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, and Carlos Sainz in the resurgent Williams settled nicely into the top 10. Ali Behrman in what is a fairly young front of the grid, next to the other Aston of Lance Stroll. Jack Doohan and Gabriel Bortoleto sitting side by side, a combined age of 42, younger than Alonso. And it's Liam Lawson next to our pole sitter, George Russell, to get us started. 11 laps on order. And we're rolling. It's a very good getaway, but a terrible first corner for George Russell. He plows into the wall and loses 3 spots, now 4 spots down into 5th. It's Bortoleto who gets away nicely through that flowing first sector that is often the driver's favorite. Liam Lawson goes to the outside, now back to the inside. Bortoleto, faster on exit through the chicane, will hold the lead as they head into sector number 3 for the very first time. It's a good recovery from George Russell. High up on the curbs, and they'll be line astern, the top 4 of them. Difficulty getting onto the conveyor belt, however, and Carlos Sainz has rocketed up to 2nd place. Behrman in 4th. Lawson with a great exit coming out of that conveyor belt across the start line. Bortoleto, Sainz, several lengths apart. Then it's quite a fight there between Sainz. Norris gets up into 4th in front of Hülkenberg. Behrman is falling backwards, and Lando Norris through the gaggle of marbles into the middle sector, manages to get up into the lead. Something happened back there. Ajar is nowhere, and we've got an incident. Oh, there it is. Isaac Ajar was launched over that barrier and is off the course. The race directors and the stewards looking to see, did Fernando Alonso play a part in that? You can see the yellow exclamation point next to Alonso. They're going to be reviewing both the telemetry and the replays to see what happened. Here comes Norris once again, gets the lead back, coming out of that turn. Bortoleto left the door open. Lawson was also in there, and now Lawson trying to catch the draft down the backstretch as they head toward the hairpin next to where the Dolphins' practice facility is. Over the line, Norris, a couple of lengths. We're going to take another look here at the incident, and they're going to say no action required. A hectic entry coming into that one, but it's just one of those collisions, and that was an excellent move for Bortoleto to go up on the curbs and weave between those top 2 marbles to take the lead. We're a third of the way through this Grand Prix. Norris trying to hold back the floodgates there. Lawson is right there. Sainz. Alonso is now up into 3rd, freed from the investigation, and is trying to track down the McLaren. One step apart, they will be. Bortoleto up front. Stretched the gap and got away cleanly. Alonso off the belt. 2nd place, but slow through the first couple of quarters. Sainz tries to look in. Russell is there opportunistically, but loses out as those flowing turns come at you very quickly here in sector number 1 at what would be the faux marina in the normal circuit. Here in the Marbula One version, that is elsewhere. Down the backstretch they come, with the Sauber leading the Grand Prix. Several great battles back there. And we're looking at a fierce one as the speed builds. Look at how high they take the curb. to try to get the speed slowed. Somebody was having a great deal of difficulty trying to get onto the conveyor belt and fell down the order. Was that Ollie Behrman, who continues to fall backward? Bortoletto is in a big fight up front with Alonso, and Lawson Leclerc has moved up into 4th in front of Lando Norris. Just off the edge of your picture right there. Nice move by Leclerc. The over, under. Great into the chicane, but slow out of it. Manages to hold on to 3rd place. Alonso taking P1 from Bortoletto, but the Sauber is not going quietly, and in the final turn gets back by. There was the move where Alonso took P1. And now struggles coming off of the belt. Bortoletto moves to the inside to cover off a charging Liam Lawson. Farther back in the order. Kimi Antonelli has come up quite a distance now, up into 8th. Hulkenberg fallen back into 9th. Lawson checking over the shoulder for Alonso, who's in the draft. Over the curbs they come. Bortoletto is very slow out of that turn and has lost a good chunk of that lead with just a few laps to go. Lawson holding back Alonso. Both look to the inside. Lando Norris is right there. There's the swap. And back again it goes. Lawson and Alonso trading positions right now, as the Sauber trying to bring this home in the most improbable victory that you can imagine here in Miami. Looking farther back in the field. It's not very strung out, especially in the middle of the pack there. Oh, Lance Stroll had a terrible time through that chicane and lost a bunch of positions back into 17th. Also, shout out to the Red Bulls. They are not going anywhere. Verstappen has gotten up to 13th. Tsunoda all the way back in 16th. They are mired in the pack. Sainz is falling down. Now 13th up to 12th. Hulkenberg down to 11th right now. Albon at the back of the field behind Gasly. It's Bortoletto out front with just a couple of laps remaining, but Alonso is slowly gaining. Contact between them coming out of the chicane. That chicane existing because of the Florida Turnpike flyover on the actual circuit. Here comes Alonso to the inside, but can't manage the exit of the corner. And Bortoletto gets it back. An excellent fight between the two of them. These marbles know each other very well. Alonso's management agency actually manages Bortoletto. About a 10-length lead. Lawson now sees Antonelli behind him. Kimi Antonelli has been methodically working up the order for the entirety of this Grand Prix. Now with a couple of laps to go, can Antonelli turn this into a podium? Very small is the lead up front now, just 2 or 3 lengths. Alonso great on this straightaway, as we've seen, trying to master those curves. Both of them handled it well this time. Look at Alonso and Lawson moving to the inside as they come up the conveyor belt. A lot of marbles are doing that. How does it affect them on the exit? That seems to be the preferred line. Hamilton now up into 6th in front of Leclerc. Behrman has also recovered, now up to 6th as well. Lando Norris in 5th. It's Bortoletto, Alonso, Lawson, and Antonelli. Here comes Alonso on the final lap of the Grand Prix. He's taken the lead after Bortoletto hit the curbs way too hard. And Kimi Antonelli on the last lap. He's en route for a podium. He's up into 3rd spot. As they come across the line, Alonso will win the Miami Grand Prix. Gabriel Bortoletto holding in 2nd place. Kimi Antonelli captures the final step of the podium. And Fernando Alonso, for the first time in a long time, finds his way back to victory lane, the first time in an Aston Martin. At 43 years of age, the 33rd Grand Prix victory across what is now 22 seasons for the driver from Oviedo. Well done to Fernando Alonso. He's one of those drivers that will continue to attack, continue to hunt, wait for you to make a mistake, and Bortoletto did. The gap between them, dare I say 2 rookies up there? The gap between them throughout was back and forth, a couple of failed opportunities to pass, couldn't get it done, and as a result, Alonso now leads the Drivers' Championship by 2 points over who has been a very consistent as well, George Russell. Ferrari still holds the top spot in the Constructors. Mercedes have jumped up 1, but Aston Martin up 4 now, in front of Haas, Red Bull, McLaren, and Sauber. Still no points for Williams, but still a lot of season to go.